Taking a girl out for dinner is legal, but paying for sex is illegal. The lines between what is escorting, which is legal, and what is prostitution, which is straight to jail, are very hard to understand. In this video, we're going to look at cops busting people for prostitution, and we're going to understand the laws around paying for sex. In this video from Real Responders, we find police officers busting a sting for prostitutes.
We got a possible white female.
I'll start off by saying this is the most undercover cop looking undercover cop in the history of undercover cops.
She's going to be in the area of about 1800 South. There we go.
Can I give you a ride? How's it going?
Pretty good. I'm actually just enjoying this lovely day.
Are you?
That way, yeah.
Let me ask you, you're not a cop, are you?
Hell no.
This is interesting. The cop is asking, are you a cop? Now, if you've watched a lot of movies, you might think that a police officer can't lie to you. But actually, except for very few circumstances, cops can lie whenever they want. Cops can lie to solicit a confession. The only thing they can't lie to you about is your basic rights. Like they can't say you don't have the right to remain silent, because you do under the Fifth Amendment.
Are you?
No, but you just look too good to be out walking by yourself.
Nah, I do it all the time.
Yeah? So it's no charge today.
Oh, yeah.
What are we talking about?
Well, what do you want? Just
Yeah.
25.
Okay.
We got the takedown vehicles coming in.
That's it. He offered her a ride. No crime was committed. But then they started talking about sex and what the price of sex was. In Texas, where I practice law, for you to engage in the solicitation, the sale, or the purchase of sex, just the conversation is enough to actually commit the crime. But let's take a second. Is it right that we're going out busting women that might be on drugs or might be without a home or living on the streets? Are we really doing a service by having stings like this? Besides $25 being mind-blowingly cheap to pay for sex, just this conversation is actually enough. To be arrested for prostitution, you don't actually have to go through with the deed. It's enough to just solicit it, to have a conversation where you're saying, I agree to have sex for money, or I will pay you if you have sex with me. Just a conversation between two adults is enough for the crime to be triggered. Jump in the comment section and tell me if you agree with this law. Morality aside, even if you think sex should be saved for people that are going to get married, do you want people arresting you on your dates if you hold hands, cuddle, kiss? Where do we draw the line? These are some weird laws.
What's your name?
Bill.
Need you to shut the car off. Ma'am, can you step out of the vehicle for me, please? Step on out. I need you to step back over here, okay? What's your name?
And you might be thinking, this feels like entrapment. He asked her if she wanted a ride. She said yes. And after they had driven for a little bit, then he was the one who started talking about sex. But who is safer now that this woman is off the street? I don't know. Now we're going to see the genders reversed.
So as long as we can keep up the surprise part of it, they can't react and everybody's safe and no one gets hurt. If you can get her to walk towards that white car, I think we got it.
We now have a female police officer that is approaching male customers at a gas station.
What you want?
He's trying to get her in the car.
How much you gonna pay? $10. All right, I'll meet you out back.
They agree for $10 sex in the back.
It's dark. There ain't no lights back there. There ain't nothing going on. Baby, you're the police.
The man says the police is back there, and she comes back with, "No, you're the police. This is some A-grade banter."
All right then. Then you meet me out back.
Black male driver.
So he pulls around to the back.
Got a white Ford Taurus coming this way from the store across the street.
And the cops leap in like they're busting a SWAT. They run in.
It's a go, it's a go.
And the car's still moving, by the way. You could have waited until he parked the car. Now the car's in drive. And they're like, stop the car. I just think they make the entire situation way more dangerous than it needs to be. Again, this is an arrest over $10 of sex.
I didn't do anything. What did I do?
And let me tell you what the real crime is here. The real crime here is that you could have someone that was so poor and so down on their luck that they would agree to have sex for $10. And how does that happen? The schools fail. People get criminal records and they can't hold a job. People get addicted to drugs. There's a whole bunch of reform that needs to happen in this country, but arresting people for what they do or don't do with $10 worth of sex, that's not the proper use of law enforcement.
What I do, sir? Under arrest. Why am I under arrest? You're under arrest for soliciting a prostitute. I'm not soliciting no prostitute.
He said he was not soliciting a prostitute, but they talked about having sex, they agreed for a price, and then he showed intent to follow through by pulling around to the back. This guy would go on to get arrested. There are reasons why prostitution should be legalized and licensed. In Nevada, Las Vegas, there are legal brothels, which are a much safer experience, not just for the prostitutes, but also for the customers. Listen to this statement from Cardi B from an Instagram Live a few years ago.
Straight. I want to go, oh yeah, you wanna me? Yeah, let's go to this hotel. And I drop up and I'll rob them. That's what I used to do.
Cardi B admits that she used to take men on dates, say, do you want to have sex in the hotel for money? And then she would drug them and rob them. All the legality aside about whether or not she actually did this, it is a common occurrence. For her, it's not that bad because she's a rapper. Rappers brag about stuff that they would normally go to jail for every day. I got shot, I dealt drugs, I moved weight. It's all part of the performance. But it looks like she was telling a real story here. When you are doing something illegal like prostitution is in most of the country, you can't go to the cops when you get robbed because then you're confessing to a crime. I was committing a crime and then someone robbed me. It also happens to women. Women, sex workers, are abused and they're beaten and they're robbed by male clients and they feel like they don't have protection of law. Whether you think prostitution is right for you, this is not an ad for prostitution. It's messed up that we make life harder for the poor. It's messed up that we make life more dangerous for women that don't feel like they have better options. In this clip from Arizona, cops pull over a truck after they pick up a woman that was on the sidewalk. Neither of these are undercover officers. It's just a citizen driving their vehicle, picking up another citizen, and the cops decide that's enough to pull the car over. They make up some pretext like, oh, we didn't see a turn signal. Then they go through and they start interviewing and interrogating both of the members of the car.
Huh? Okay. Can you go ahead and leave a neutral, set your brake for me?
What state is your plate? Huh?
Ohio. Take your seatbelt off and you just step out.
This kid looks like he's 19, maybe 18, 20 years old.
No, you can leave it run. That's cool. We're not going anywhere. You step right back here to my car for me, please. What's your name, sir? Terry? Okay, do you have any weapons on you? No guns, no knives, correct?
Where did you find him? He just pulled over and gave you a ride? Can you roll down the window, please? You've been arrested for anything like prostitution. Are you a prostitute?
No, I don't prostitute.
Okay.
What has the woman done, right? What has this person done for a cop to have the right to be like, what is your job? Are you a prostitute? She has a right to remain silent. She does not have to talk for a turn signal, the passenger in the vehicle, and yet we're going to see a witch hunt here to try to get a prostitution charge for giving someone a ride.
Okay. I'm going to have you step out of the car. I'm going to check you, okay? I don't want you to say anything to him. We're going to step right up here in front of this car. Right here on the side. Right here. Hands behind your back. Behind your back. Behind your back. And relax. Separate your hands. Your feet.
Sole intention of picking this young lady up tonight was just to give her a ride. You weren't looking for a party, a date, company.
What business is that of the officer if he was looking for a date? It's not a crime to go out and to try to find a date. It's not a crime to go to a bar and try to pick up a girl. It's a little weird to pick them up off the sidewalk, but this is a free country, damn it.
You weren't looking for a prostitute. That's exactly what I'm getting at.
I understand.
And
No.
you were not.
No. I swear to God.
Well, I hope you're around next time I break down just to pick me up and give me a ride. Good Samaritan like yourself.
Remember, this sarcastic cop, you don't have to talk to him. This is a turn signal. What business is it of the cops what you do for love, what you do for work? You want my license? You want my registration? Okay, I'll have to give you that. You want my insurance? Okay, anything else? I don't have to answer questions. It's the beauty of the Fifth Amendment.
I hope so.
Nothing in your pocket's gonna poke me?
No, a box of cigarettes and lighter and my wallet and my empty wallet.
You empty wallet? You don't have any ID?
No, sir.
You mind if I check your pockets?
Go ahead.
What's your name?
Juan.
Juanita?
Juan.
Oh, okay.
I'm a man.
You don't look like a man. None of my...
I think this video is older, and some of the things the cops say about pronouns in the next minute or two is pretty offensive. I don't know if this is from the 80s or 90s. I sure hope it was from the 80s or 90s and not more recently. But this goes on. They end up giving a ticket for the turn signal. But without a confession, there's no crime here for prostitution. So what we get is a witch hunt. We get people being pulled over, interrogated, their night ruined. Why? Why do we want to live in a world where people try to figure out what we're doing with our dates? Remember that unless you're talking to a cop who's undercover, the only way that they can prove that you committed prostitution or were trying to engage in prostitution is if you confess or the other person that you're with confesses. The Fifth Amendment is your friend. Laws like this are crazy. Witch hunts like this are crazy. Stay safe out there. This channel is not your lawyer. My name is Josh. I'm an attorney licensed in multiple states, and we're all about breaking down real world issues. Check out our videos on eviction, street fights, and Airbnb scams, just to name a few. Stay safe out there.